What's up everyone, my name is Nico and I'm making this video today to share with you information about how much money you need to spend in order to do a road trip in Australia from the Gold Coast to Sydney and a little bit beyond that. So you are going to have a better idea and a better understanding of how much money you have to save to do this road trip. So stay tuned. My wife and I went on this road trip in October 2018, so the cost of food, petrol, car rental fees and other expenses you might have during your trip shouldn't have changed too much from then until now. The first thing we did was to rent a camper van, so we decided to go for this Mitsubishi Express 2013. Not the newest car in the market, but comfortable enough. Very reliable and easy to drive. We really loved this car. It had everything we needed, even for those days that we were away from any amenities. We really recommend that you rent a car that has solar panels, especially if you're a photographer, as you will be charging your cameras and laptop all the time, and that can be a little tricky if you don't have your own power. We are going to leave the link of the website we used to rent our camper in the description box below. It's very easy to use and the transactions were always seamless. As we like to support local businesses rather than big corporations, we really recommend that you use this website. We decided to rent a small camper van rather than a camper trailer or a bigger car, as we were planning to sleep anywhere and not necessarily in national parks or campsites. Firstly, because staying in a campsite has an extra cost and we were traveling on a budget. And secondly, because we loved the freedom of finding any spot anywhere we wanted, and going to bed as fast as parking the car was key to recover enough energy for the next day. Once we had the camper with us, we thoroughly planned where and when should we go, and then we took off. From the very beginning, right until the end, we had an amazing time. Australia is a crazy beautiful country full of adventure and magical places. I would encourage anyone to come to Australia, rent a camper and have this experience, because I am sure you're not going to regret it. So basically what we did was to save every single receipt of any expense we had during our trip. So what I'm gonna do now is to put all these receipts into an Excel spreadsheet, so you're gonna know how much money you have to save to do a trip like this one. Alright guys, so what we did here was to split our receipts in different categories. Starting with the main ones, the ones where we spend the most money. So those ones are fuel and food. In regards to the fuel, what we did to save a little bit of money was to, as many of you might know, in Australia the price of the petrol or fuel, whatever you want to call it, changes according to the time of the week or the month, and it changes from petrol station to petrol station. So we filled up the tank almost to the top and a little bit more to get the most out of it when the petrol was really cheap. And some areas in Australia has cheaper petrols than others. So that's what we did in regards to the fuel. Now with the food, keep in mind the money that we spent in food wasn't as much, and we think is due to the fact that we are vegetarians and my wife is almost towards a vegan. So we ate mostly grains and vegetables and beans and seeds, so those items aren't that expensive. In regards to the van fee, As we mentioned it before, we rented from a website called Camp2, which we found is very cheap, very affordable, and is rented from a private owner, which is alright. So basically, we paid $568 for the actual van, and we paid a little extra for an extra case. We did about 530 extra case, so that takes us all the way to $672 for the van. We pay $110 for the insurance. We recommended this. Is called rentalcover.com. Is very cheap and apparently very comprehensive insurance, so we recommended that, rentalcover.com. And then finally we have the last category, that's others, and these items are all the ones that we couldn't include in the categories before. So this takes us to a whole total of $1,453.13. Actually, I forgot to add another category, which is parking, which we didn't use that much. We just paid twice parking, maybe once in Sydney, and I don't remember the other one, I think in the Blue Mountains. But as we said before, yeah, we just slept everywhere and we didn't pay for it. So yeah, that's it guys. So we hope you liked this video and you found it interesting and helpful. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.